Senator Richard Blumenthal is the senior senator from Connecticut and one of 9 Jewish members of the United States Senate. Before his election to the Senate, he was Attorney General of Connecticut for 10 years. Senator Blumenthal was born in Brooklyn, the son of a German father who fled the Nazis in 1935, the same year that the Nuremberg laws were propagated. He sits on the Judiciary, Armed Services, Veterans Affairs, and Homeland Security and Governmental Affairs committees, as well as the Special Committee on Aging. On Judiciary, he chairs the Subcommittee on Privacy, Technology, and the Law, while on Homeland Security, he chairs the Permanent Subcommittee on Investigations. He is a member of the Senate Bipartisan Task Force for Combating Anti-Semitism. Among his many accomplishments, Senator Blumenthal is the leading voice in the Senate on issues related to sports, where he champions the interests of fans and athletes. Senator Blumenthal has spoken at this luncheon every year in which I have been involved. Indeed, it would not be a Jewish Heritage Celebration without Senator Richard Blumenthal.
I would not miss this luncheon in any event because all of you are here, and I am always inspired, really energized and inspired to be with you. So thank you for being here. And every one of you deserves that round of applause. Thank you to Greg, who is such a really treasured friend, who embodies the dedication to our heritage and history and culture and our faith that motivates every one of us and is top of mind for me every day. And I want to remind you who I am because this was my name plate, which actually is pretty good. I could pose as any senator. I would just fill in who it was. So I'm easily replaceable. And I want to emphasize, first of all, I think it goes without saying in this group, that I will stand with Israel today, tomorrow, forever. I know we're not here about Israel, we're here about heritage, but I just want to recount to you, having heard about this latest video that has been released, a story, an anecdote about one of my trips to Israel since October 7th. In the weeks after October 7th, I visited Israel. I was with the War Cabinet. The videos of the atrocities of October 7th were not yet public, but we were shown them by Prime Minister Netanyahu and the War Cabinet. We met with them. It was a bipartisan trip. And at the end of it, our stomachs were turning. And one of the senior ministers said to us, "These people tried to run and hide. All of our history, all of our heritage, we have tried to run and hide. Israel was supposed to be the place where we did not have to run and hide. We have to destroy Hamas." I have cousins who are in Israel now, family there, a cousin who is in the IDF at the front. My father came here. He ran from Germany, and he was among the lucky. We lost, as many of you did, relatives during the Holocaust. Those losses are part of who we are. They are part of our history and part of our heritage. Maybe not what we want to highlight as the most positive part of our heritage, but they are the reason why we need to stand firm, stand strong, speak out against the rising tide of hate and anti-Semitism in this country, and stand strong with Israel. And I just want to thank all of you for your commitment, your dedication to this cause, and why I will continue to condemn the ICC for this absolutely abhorrent act in seeking an arrest warrant that has no foundation in fact or law. By the way, you know, most of my life I've spent as a prosecutor, and this kind of action is absolutely abhorrent to any prosecutor with integrity and common sense. So I think the United States has to stand up against this effort to seek an arrest warrant for Israeli leaders, putting them in a kind of equivalence with Hamas, which is not only absurd, but repugnant. We are here to celebrate heritage, and I am especially honored to be here with two great leaders of our heritage, two great statesmen. First and foremost, we extend our appreciation to Malcolm Hoenlein, who has spent decades in leadership on countless issues related to world Jewry, and he has led many, many around the world. He's traveled the world, meeting with world leaders and Jewish communities, with his extensive speaking engagements across the United States, abroad, and in the Middle East. And his outstanding work for decades as the Executive Vice Chairman of the Conference of Presidents of Major American Jewish Organizations, and as the founding Executive Director of the Greater New York Conference on Soviet Jewry, has made his name synonymous with Jewish leadership. We're not the first to acknowledge Mr. Hoenlein because he has received many awards and tributes from Yeshiva University, State of Israel Bonds, and President Reagan. And he also was designated as recipient of the Trustee of Jerusalem Award in 2007 from the Mayor of Jerusalem. Equally deserving of our admiration is Eric Gertler, whose dedication to public service and contributions to the Jewish community has been nothing short of amazing, extraordinary. His service to New York is well known beyond the boundaries of New York. I'm from Connecticut, and Eric Gertler is very well known to us in Connecticut, not only because he is Executive Chairman and Chief Executive Officer of U.S. News and World Report, and his leadership has been instrumental in shaping the discourse on global affairs, but also because he has given so much to other organizations, to New York itself in its economic development, but also on boards like the Center for Public Leadership at the Harvard Kennedy School, Tel Aviv University, and Hebrew University. His commitment to advancing education and fostering international cooperation is renowned. And his role as chairman of the American-Israel Friendship League exemplifies his unwavering dedication to solidifying relations between the United States and Israel. We celebrate these two extraordinary men as embodying the best of our dedication to heritage, to our Jewish heritage, to our pride and joy in our faith, and to making sure that our children, my 4 children, 2 of them have served in the military, one as a Marine Corps infantry officer in Afghanistan, the other as a Navy SEAL. Our children understand the inextricable and unbreakable bond that we have as a matter of our own national security with Israel. And our heritage, our common heritage, our dedication to democracy, to the principles of freedom and free expression, which we see every day in the streets of Israel and in this country. And I guarantee you that terrorist organizations or their supporters, like Iran, China, Russia, would not tolerate for 1 second those freedoms or the expression of criticism that we see every day in America and every day in Israel. It is part of our heritage that we celebrate those freedoms, democracy, the independence that is vital to both America and Israel. So I'm very proud to be here today and to be involved in presenting this award to Eric Gertler.